right, where do we begin? Well, you can see by the title of this video, I am frustrated. This has been like the 5th or 6th time I've tried to film this. Nana finally went down for a nap, so we're going to try to do this in 15 minutes or less. But I feel like this is a very important video that needs to be shared with you guys. If you are an old subscriber, you know I have no problem calling out these businesses by name and just the terrible business practices that they have. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here. My name is Ashlee. I'm the owner of Ashlee's Crazyyoga, the youngest Black-owned yoga studio in South Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're going to get into why I don't really associate with Milwaukee anymore. But yeah, so my goal is to make wellness accessible and affordable. I actually posted a video, so if you guys are interested in actually learning how to open a yoga studio, I've shared several videos of that. I like to be very open with my success, and I don't like it like when you watch a video and people are like kind of half about what they want to share, but I fully share, so it's digestible and it's like, oh, this is actually attainable, I can actually do something. So lots of videos. I can put some eyes up here. And then I also, so this is funny, like in the midst of this, I was already planning on doing a launch. So pretty sure this video will go up before my launch. I'm launching a new clothing brand called Confidential Goods. They're thrifted goods, and I make the goods myself. So I hand draw all of the art and press it onto the shirts and apparel. So if you want to support my studio, everything's down below. If you want to support my new clothing store that's actually going to be inside of the studio, that's all down below. Thank you. I appreciate it. So the business we're going to be talking about today is Next Door Foundations, and I was contracting with them for, I did a year contract, but we'll just get into kind of how I started to get associated with them. So at the studio, it's really cool and it's wonderful that so many Girl Scout and Boy Scout troops reach out to us to do their meditation or like self-care badge. Or I've been a Girl Scout and a Boy Scout, but not a Boy Scout. I've been a Brownie and a Girl Scout, but I've never had a self-care badge. So that's kind of cool that they're adding new badges. So we've had a few organizations contact us, and it's really cool to like do a meditation class and show the children how to meditate and other type of breathing techniques and stuff like that. So one of the directors actually reached out to me. Their daughter was in Girl Scouts, and they needed to do to earn a badge, they needed to take some type of yoga class. So I was happy to provide that. And then she mentioned, hey, we have, you may want to try out, see if you want to do this, I'm having like a brain fart, do our summer program. So I was like, okay, let me try this out. I put together a summer program. They loved it. Obviously, I'm so passionate in what I do and serving the community. And so that we met with another director and signed a year contract. So I submit my business proposal. We all met on Zoom, and that was that. So it started in September for the school year. So I spent several days planning out a year curriculum for this. I pretty much had free reign. So I planned the curriculum, the activities, the supplies. I etched out all of that. And, you know, I let the facility know like what I need and yada, yada, yada. But anyway, so I was going to both locations. I don't live in Milwaukee. I've always lived on the outskirts of Milwaukee, and if you've been following me in my adulthood, I've only lived in Milwaukee for 3 years, but now I moved out of Milwaukee again. But I like to go into the community because I know that community needs it so much. But after what has happened, and by this title you can see I'm pretty much done with Milwaukee. It's a done deal. I've worked with so many places, and I'm just sick of them not being organized or handling things so unprofessionally, and trying to overlook that, because the real reason I'm there for is either the adults attending the class or the children attending the class, not the faculty or the directors, the overseers, or people like that. They're not really involved like that after a certain point, but I'm there for the community. So typical day, it was funny. I think the theme was change. What does it mean to change? And so we did several activities yoga related, and some of them just comprehensible for a 5-year-old to understand, like, what does it mean to change. Like we did, like, for example, we did musical mats, but I incorporated yoga in there, like yoga poses. And then one that's kind of not related to yoga, we did change your look. So like if they had a long sleeve shirt on, they'd pull their sleeve up or they'd take a shoe off, and like just so they could understand the concept of change. So I thought that was kind of coincidental that that was the theme that I had planned for this week. So last Tuesday now that you see this video, my car was stolen at next door. This parking lot has cameras and they have a security guard on duty. The security guard, when I came into the facility, staring out of the window, and when I left the facility to find my car was missing, still staring out the window. So I'm not sure why they hire security guards if they're just statues, like they're not actually going to do their job. They're supposed to walk the facility where there are children present to make sure the doors are locked. Everybody who's supposed to be in the building is supposed to be in the building, yada yada, because they have like a, you have to get buzzed in or whatever, and you have to sign in and all of that. And then the security guard was dressed in a coat and a hat like they were actually supposed to go outside. So this facility, she's supposed to go outside and check the parking lot to make sure everything's cool there. The other facility, this is so funny, the men that were the security guards at that facility, they literally sat in their car and just smoked cigarettes. I never once, like, they would go into the lobby, but I never once seen them actually check on the children and go, walk the halls to make sure everything was okay. So terrible security on this campus of next door. So when I found that my car was missing, I literally was walking out with like my boombox, so I can play music, and then I had my binder with my curriculum for the day, my lesson plan. And I come back in, everyone seems nonchalant. I'm like, my car is missing, like, and I'm like saying it in like a very fluster, like, what the heck is going on? My world is spinning right now. I don't know, like, I guess, like, the security guard started writing up something. I never got a copy of it. I don't know if she was writing, like, an incident report, but I never got a copy of that. And then I go to tell the front desk lady who has, like, she has a huge computer, like 2 screens, where she's able to see surveillance of the parking lot. And she's just like, I don't know how to see or go back. I can only see what's happening live. Why are you at the front desk if you don't even know how to use the cameras, or you don't even know how to use the computer, the technology here to keep others safe? And then she also mentioned, I saw somebody like a few weeks ago trying to steal a car, and I stopped them. This lady looked like she's about 60 years old. You stopping somebody from stealing a car? You at the front desk, like, where were you? You're supposed to be indoors, like, cars are outside, whatever. And then they sent somebody else down. I don't know what she was going to look at. They asked me if there's any glass. There was no glass when they stole the car. I locked my car, and I'm like, what are you going to outside to look at? The invisible Voltmobile? My car is gone. And she said nonchalantly as well, my car has been stolen 3 times. Why are you still working at a place where you know your car is going to get stolen? You have to go through that. I don't know about you, but a car is very important in my family. This is our only car in my family that me and Carrie share. And it has my son's car seat in there. So we're going to get into that, but I can start inserting photos and whatnot when we get into that. But why would you work there? Like, why are people okay with not the normal? Like, your car getting stolen 3 times and you're still going to work at the facility? I would look immediately for somewhere else to work and talk to, like, the president. But we're going to get into that. So when I told them the car was stolen, can I view the footage? You can't view the footage we don't let the public view the footage, is what the front desk lady said. Okay. Called my husband, like, already while this was happening, and he was on his way. I'm 20-30 minutes out from next door. I don't live in the city, so I take my time every week. Like, I'm going to these 2 facilities. I'm not going to give away too much of my schedule, but I travel 20 to 30 minutes I take out of my day just to get there, and 20, 30 minutes back. I exclusively breastfeed my son. So my son went hours without being able to be breastfed. And if you are a breastfeeding mom, engorgement is a high possibility. Like, if you can't get to your son or your child, or if you don't have like the equipment or a pump. I didn't have a pump with me to express milk. So Carrie picks me up in his grandma's car. Luckily, grandma was watching Bear, so he was safe at our house. And so when Carrie picks me up, then we go straight to the police station to do a report. Missing car. Luckily, the car was found like within 24 hours, and was at the tow lot. Here's my lookbook. These are photos that Carrie took, because they only allow one person to go back to see the car. I spent $500 on all new tires, because like after 50,000 or 60,000 miles, you're supposed to change your tires. One tire was flat. They broke the window where my son sits, so that was exciting. And then, of course, they destroyed the steering column. This was, like, let me remind you, this was in a parking lot with cameras and a security guard on duty. So that's why I'm upset. My son went hours without being able to be fed. I do have milk, but I think I have, like, milk bags, but I purposely plan my schedule, so now that my son is getting older, I have windows where I can be gone, but I'll be back immediately to feed him. So that was very upsetting. When, like, for a few days, I had to order an extra car seat base off of Amazon, which I don't think the insurance is going to reimburse me for. So my son had to ride illegally when we went to go pick the car up, or to take the photos of the car and then send it to the mechanic. So we were riding in Carrie's grandma's car, and he was not in there safely, and we had to go into Milwaukee. So that made me very upset for my son's safety, because the only car base where his seat latches into was in our broken car. So that was great. I let the director know that oversees this program, and she called me the next day immediately. I'm so sorry. She actually sounded like a human that could comprehend my frustration, my sadness, and like she empathized. You know the word I'm thinking of. She was able to be empathetic and understand like why I was so upset. And she's like, I'm in contact with the president, yada yada. I go ahead and contact the president. President of Nextdoor, Tracy Sparrow, is a negligent president and does not do her job at all. She basically just said to talk to the attorney. Like, she was not trying to reimburse me for having to pay out of pocket my deductible, and like this, like, you know, why I'm asking for my deductible to be paid back. It shouldn't have happened. Why do you have cameras and why do you have a security guard if their job doesn't matter? You know what I mean? I hope I'm making sense. And I still didn't finish up my contract. So I was like, either you're going to pay me my deductible that I had to come out of pocket, I'm not going to get reimbursed for, because the insurance is going to cover, like, you know, with the rest or whatever, or you pay me the rest up front of my contract. I will finish my contract from home doing Zoom classes with the kids, because I don't want to leave the kids hanging. This shouldn't have happened. This was negligent on the president's behalf, because she's not even trying to handle the situation. Through all of these emails and everything, it was basically like talking to a 5-year-old. Tracy Sparrow is a 5-year-old. It was, yeah, I gotta see what we'll do about it. And then, like, I'll say something, talk to our attorney. You know, like when you're like 5 and you're literally, like, you know, playing the fake car game, you're gonna roll up your window. Okay, now I'll talk to you. Please direct all further contact with our attorney and your attorney. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. Can you send me an invoice? Wait a minute. All future communication should be directed with the attorney. So it's just like this has been going back and forth for a week now, and she, like, either you're going to respond or you're just not going to respond, right? Like, why are you, like, going to respond to my emails and then say the other ones need to be directed to her? So those are my 2 resolutions. I'm just going to start a new video. I don't know why with this camera it cuts off after like 15 minutes or whatever. But I gave 2 resolutions: either reimburse me for my deductible I had to come out of pocket for, which may make my insurance go up, because my insurance is going to be like, why were you in Milwaukee? And I'm like, I was trying to teach yoga to children. My car got stolen. So that's going to be another expense to try to afford. Or I will finish out my contract because I care about these children so much. If you could just pay me in advance, I will finish my contract out virtually while my car is being fixed. I got an estimate, like, the car is fixed, but there's some sensors that need to be checked with at the dealership, and that I had to schedule my appointment 3 weeks out. So I don't feel comfortable knowing that there may be some sensors or something else wrong. I don't feel comfortable driving with my son in the car. So she's not understanding the financial hardship that her company unnecessarily put me through, and the negligence of the staff that she has on duty unnecessarily put me through, and my family through. So if you guys, I have in like the description box on how to support. We already have a GoFundMe because I really am trying to purchase the yoga studio to make that a permanent home in Wisconsin, in South Milwaukee, because I feel that population could benefit, that community could benefit, and you guys too, if you do decide to take our classes from Zoom, could benefit. And I'm so passionate about what I do. 4 separate occasions, the media staff from Nextdoor, they came to interview me, video interview, questionnaire interview. They interviewed selected children that they saw excelling in the program that I created. I'm good at what I do. I know I'm good at what I do. Why would I get 4 separate interviews to highlight my business and what I'm providing for Nextdoor? So I don't want to leave the children hanging. I know this is a necessary resource, and from a therapist background, children and people, just humans in general, are creatures of habit. So just abruptly discontinuing this program, I feel like could do something psychological, neurological, possibly, because my program has provided these kids, they're only 5 years old, with social skills. So they're interacting with kids that they wouldn't necessarily want to interact with, and now they're befriending, and they're building friendships, they're building coping skills, and they're building self-regulation skills. So this program is so important. I would still continue it even amidst all of this virtually until my car got fixed. I probably would still do it virtually. I don't feel comfortable going back to Milwaukee. But that was an option I gave, or to refund me my deductible. So yeah, that is why I'm upset. And it's not just this organization. This was the big, okay, now I really don't want to work with Milwaukee anymore. Like I said, I've always lived on the outskirts of Milwaukee, but now I don't feel comfortable with taking on any contracts, anything like that in the Milwaukee area. I've tried so hard. I've tried since I was 19 years old. I've been doing this for 6-7 years now to build Milwaukee, build the community, and bring togetherness, to bring wellness to the community. And y'all just said, I don't want this. Y'all just want to steal and just do crime. And I really didn't want to believe that about Milwaukee, but y'all just showed your colors. So karma to the people that stole my car. Karma to the people who wish the worst. I'm sad. I'm upset because all of these resources, and there's so many great resources now that don't even want to go into Milwaukee because this is inevitable at this point, and the corporations don't care to actually do something about it to provide safety. They want to make it look like they provided safety, but they're not really trying to do anything of it. You know what I mean? So if you have a business or something you want to try to do a partnership with me, I will do it virtually, or you can stop at my studio. I don't feel comfortable now having a son and me and my husband sharing a car going through that anymore. So I hope you understand, you know, that it just had to come to this. So next door is not a safe facility for your children. I would immediately unenroll them unless you're doing it virtually. Now, I've met very friendly staff, very friendly teachers, but the higher up, the directors, not really doing anything about it. And especially the president, through email, has called me out of name, and she is really acting like a 5-year-old. I'm so disappointed with how she's handling the situation. There are so many other directors that I've actually met more fit for the position than she's in. She's just kind of glorifying it. It kind of just seems like it's a title to her. I'm the president, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the vibe I've been getting through all of these emails. So with that being said, thank you for watching this video. Please share this video to inform parents or anybody in the area thinking of enrolling their children in Nextdoor. My car got stolen, so I don't feel that the safety is really a priority there, especially when there's so many children on campus. Please share this video and just please don't bring your children to Nextdoor. This is how this situation is happening. Of course, you know, with businesses, they're going to only share their positive reviews. This is a negative review, and I'm surely going to, once all of this is resolved, I'm going to leave a negative review on their Facebook page, going in detail of what I just shared with you today. If you want to support my family and the studio, all of my information is down below. You can support by purchasing a membership and practicing with us. My classes, I'm really trying to make them accessible and affordable. I'm sure you'll have a good time with us. That you can donate, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, it's all linked down below. If you don't feel like donating, you actually want to get something out of it, please support my shop, Confidential Goods, where I make all unique apparel, and I do take custom orders. That's all linked down below. So thank you for watching this video, for subscribing, and just having a piece of your time here. And I hope all of this gets resolved. And I want to get back, like I had a whole routine before all of this happened, get back into posting my yoga video. So I'll be posting, hopefully, regular yoga videos once a week on Mondays, and I wanted to post something on Fridays. So I'm going to try to get back into my routine, and I appreciate everyone's patience with everything just going on all of the sudden and going through the process of all of this. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Shanti.